Welcome. This is Back to the Bins. I'm your host, Mr. B. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back, and if you're new here, thanks so much for stopping by. This is a comic book collecting channel, and I'm a comic collector. These Sunday videos are intended to showcase the books I picked up this past week at my local comic shop. I've got a pull list, so I'm pretty familiar with what's happening in comics today. I love digging through the dollar bins, and I love digging through the back issue bins. So, if that sounds interesting to you, and you'd like to join me on my journey back to the bins, why don't you take a look over here, and I'll show you what I picked up. Alright, and like I said, these are the books I picked up this past week at my local comic shop, 204 Comics in Winnipeg, and as per usual, we start in alphabetical order, and that takes us to Marvel Comics. And the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 15, already at issue number 15, this new run. This is the InHyuk Lee Streetverse variant, and I'm here for these street clothing, alternative-looking superheroes. I guess this is what Spider-Man wears when he heads off to the grocery store. Okay, cool. I love the concept, I love the design, I love the colors, the simplicity of it. I thought, this is a good little gimmick. There's enough coming down the pipeline that I'm interested in. We're going to get a handful of them. I like this. Cool stuff. I'm chasing after these two, of course, as they've been coming out. And here we have another one. I think that tap is nearly limitless. Here we have the Avengers number 32. This is the Luciano Vecchio Thor variant. So many of these are still happening. I thought for sure he was going to be running out of characters to use for covers, but that was obviously not the wisest idea I had. But yeah, here we are. I love this beautiful, beautiful cover. I'm going to say contender for cover of the year because this is the kind of Thor we like to see. Wouldn't you agree? This is just spectacular. Now over to DC. Here we have one of my favorites, one of my favorite characters. Love this series as well. This is Batgirl issue number 13. This is the Reiko Murakami A cover. Just love the tone, the texture, the feel of this artwork. Beautiful stuff, great A cover. Really looking forward to digging into this. I am at such a backlog. I've been at kind of a reading lull lately. I don't know if you go through that, but I just completely have gone off the rails of reading my books, so there's an even larger backlog now. I'm going to have to start, reading a few issues a day, but just feeling a little uninspired to read, and maybe that just comes with having read over and over again daily. But who knows? Looking forward to this, though. Still love this book. Love this character. And for every A cover, there's also a variant cover that I gotta grab. And look at this. Batgirl, again, issue number 13. This is the Nimit Malavia variant. Oh, this is everything I love about Batgirl. This just looks so fantastic. Beautiful artwork. Love the composition. Rain, you can never go wrong with a cover that's got rain on it. Yeah, I'm going to say contender for cover of the year here as well. Really love Nimit Malavia's work, so awesome to get more of it. Keeping with DC, but head over to Batman. Here we have Batman, issue number 3. This is the Julian Totino Tedesco variant. Love the look of this. It's just got a certain nostalgic feel. Batman's got this sort of, I think, this sort of 30s look, which is cool. But of course, you got these prominent soldiers of some kind right there who are obviously a bit more advanced than 1930s. So who knows? Just love this. Love Tedesco's work. Get it whenever I can, especially on Batman stuff. I think they just go hand in hand. Keeping with DC, once again, here we have Birds of Prey, issue number 27. This is the Annie Wu A cover. We always get the A cover for Birds of Prey, and I think there's 4 more issues left of this run. Oh, man, I just love this team. Yeah, I just want more of it. Hopefully something happens. Could we see an absolute Birds of Prey? I don't know. Absolute bop. I love that. But yeah, looking forward to reading this and not looking forward to seeing it end, but I guess all good things, right? And with all good things, there must come some variant covers, and here we have one. I thought this was kind of cool. Birds of Prey number 27, the Francesco Francavilla variant. Always love his work as well, and I'm a sucker for some Batgirl, so there we have it. Super cool, love that, just always fun. This is my second favorite title on the shelves right now. So I'm just partial to Birds of Prey, and I hate to see it go, and I love collecting these great covers. Speaking of great covers, my friend and yours, Mr. Mark Spears, has another variant cover out there, this time for G.I. Joe, issue number 13. I love this Cobra Commander. Again, I'm a fan of the hooded Cobra Commander, but old Chrome Dome here looks pretty good. Also, we got some bats, and there's obviously a realistic element to what Mark Spears does, but also this looks a lot like the toys, almost like the promo for a robot chicken or something. I just think Spears' work is always great, and bringing life to these fantastical characters from G.I. Joe is fantastic, especially when we're talking Cobra Commander. So cool. Well, we had one at the top, and here we've got one in the middle. This is Miles Morales Spider-Man, issue number 40. Hi, that's getting up there already. This is the InHyuk Lee Streetverse variant, of course. I'm taken aback if this is issue 40. I'm just shocked because it just seems like yesterday. But nonetheless, I'm into this. I love the street look of all of these spider characters so far. I love it. Heading over to the independent section, or the Archie section, probably more like it. Here we have Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, the Archie Giant Series number 1. This, of course, facsimile for 2025, but this is the Dan DeCarlo cover that came out in April of 1971. Perfect for the Halloween time, and I know it's come and gone already, but really, these things can't all just come out on Halloween. And here we are. I love this. I love these vintage Dan DeCarlo covers. All of that is so good. Sabrina's a really great character. I got into her through the TV show, and the Netflix TV show. And yeah, I just like her a lot, and I'm looking forward to digging into this, because I will read this, because I like the idea of this vintage stuff. It's super cool, and glad to see that they're doing that with this style of comic, as well as Marvel and DC with all of their facsimiles. And then I did some digging through the back issue bins just because I wanted to see what was there. Oh man, the LCS got a nice, relatively low number Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos. So here we have issue number 54 from February of 1968. That's a Dick Ayers cover. I just love this. This red pops. This is so beautiful. I mean, I paid $10 for it. I am a collector of Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, one of my favorite titles. I love World War II based comics, and so this is just extra special for me. And I think it's in super good shape. That red is just amazing. I love the heads. Anytime that Marvel would do sort of floating heads on a cover also is just amazing. And very, very cool. And I thought, well, I should at least come home with another one, and this one was a lot cheaper. This was $4. So here we have Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, issue number 80 from June of 1970. Once again, we got a Dick Ayers cover, and this is great because, you got this all-on battle happening here, and of course, Nick's got the girl, and, shooting from underneath her leg. Just the fantastical elements that you could incorporate into some realistic, lifelike battles and scenarios. Pretty funny. I think it's great. And again, nice to add to that collection. I now have 25 of this particular run, so happy to have that. And back over to the independent section of your local comic shop. Here we have Speed Racer, issue number 4. This is the Sean Galloway connecting variant. I am collecting the connecting variants, which isn't something I generally go for, but I do like that Speed Racer is just doing every one of these issues as a variant, so you don't have to, get the other, an issue from the other series that's related to Speed Racer, and then you got to go back to Speed Racer, then you got to go over to 3 different titles down the road. I love that it's just all of this. I'm looking forward to seeing how it all pans out. Very fun. More fun stuff from your independent section. Here we have Star Trek Red Shirts, issue number 4, the Andy Price Federation recruitment variant. I'm a fan. I love recruitment posters to begin with, and the fact that we've got red shirts as our focus and all of the bad things that could happen to them, all the while trying to entice them to join the Federation, to me is a joke that does not go over my head. I love that. It's hilarious. I love that you got a Gorn and a Klingon and a Romulan on the cover as well. Super fun. And then here we've got this beauty. This is Ultimate X-Men issue number 21. This is the Peach Momoko variant cover. I love her work, and I absolutely love this variant cover. Been getting a lot of her variants for this run. But this run has grown a little tiresome for me. I just really feel like it hasn't gone anywhere. I know that it's going to be ending soon, as the Ultimate Universe is coming to a close relatively quickly. So I'm just going to continue until this is finished. But I may or may not actually continue reading it. I may eventually go back to it. But right now, I'm just kind of disappointed that I couldn't grab on tighter than I wanted to. But this is a beautiful cover. I will never get over how awesome Peach Momoko's work is. And because of that, this is a contender for cover of the year all day long. Well, there you have it, folks. So hopefully you enjoyed that. And how about we get back to the real world, shall we? Well, it was a great stack of books. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. And if you did, why don't you like, comment, and subscribe? It really helps to build the channel, and I'd love to develop a community of people who just really love comics. Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll see you next week, and until then, remember, comics are good.